is your host, Luke Anderson.
Hey, hey, hey! Happy Monday, all you beautiful radio listeners. Hope you're having a wonderful start to your week. Let's check in with the most important man, Jordan Schultz. What's going on, buddy?
Let's go Mariners, baby! Woo!
We
oh my God.
We are approximately 3 minutes from first pitch of Game 2 of the ALCS. If this is your only source for news about sports and the world, then you will just be finding out that not only did they win Game 5 at home in 15 innings, but they win Game 1 yesterday at the Rogers Center. So the Mariners with a chance to go up 2-0 in the championship series. How excited are you, my friend?
I'm not only am I shocked, but I am just freaking stoked that they are in a position after stealing one here in Game 1 after what? Probably 7 hours of sleep or less, partying, a delayed charter.
Yeah. I don't know.
All kinds of stuff that happened during the weekend. And then, to settle in the way that they did in Game 1 of the ALCS was just amazing. To be on the precipice of hopefully, I'm not saying like, oh, this is going to happen, but hopefully going 2-0 today. I like the pitching matchup. I said this to Rop over text. This weekend, I believe in the Mariners pitching staff, which it's really going to take a lot of ballsy pitching like we saw from Bryce Miller in the bullpen last night, continuing through this series to silence the Blue Jays. I'm excited. Like, of course I'm scared, but like, dude, 3 wins away from the World Series for the first time ever. I can't even speak it. Like, it's like stumbling out of my mouth. I'm like, should I say this? I'm excited.
Let's calm you down just a little bit, okay? We're going to be watching the game on the air. We'll be very excited to see what the Mariners can do in this game. You and I both fans. We both have our World Series tickets purchased.
Yes, sir.
It is a very exciting time to be a Seattle Mariners fan. This does not come along very often for us. It does feel like there's a real opportunity ahead of us. But we have some things that we need to take care of within this show. We do Take Your Pick every Thursday. You came in and joined us last week, and I thank you for that. Need to update the standings, so if anybody's playing along at home, there is 5 different people that have a chance to win today with 11 wins in the bank. Everybody in this pick'em that has a chance to win has picked the Buffalo Bills to win tonight. So that game will not factor in. Falcons-Bills right out. So it will come down to the Commanders and the Bears. Eric picked the Commanders to win. He has 11 picks already banked. Sales guy Kurt has 11 points already, has the Commanders pick. Greg, who won a couple weeks ago, has the Commanders tonight. And Ricky has the Commanders tonight, already 11 wins. All of those folks are set. There's one person with 10 correct right, and the Bears on the other side. You know who that idiot is? This guy. I don't know why I picked the Bears. I think I did it out of spite against you and Rust. So I am sitting here rooting for the Chicago Bears to win tonight and Caleb Williams to win the showdown between the 2 second-year quarterbacks. And I don't know how to feel about that. The Mariners graciously playing early so that I can watch said Monday Night Football game. So that should be entertaining. But we're about to get Randy Arozarena going up for his first at bat. We'll see if we can keep Schultz with us through the game.
I'll be doing. I am professional. I'm doing my job. I'll be present. Okay. I might throw my headphones a time or two if things don't go right. But
here's the nice thing is we will get the early innings of this game. Baseball is one of those sports where it is no time limit. It is as many at-bats as you can earn in a game. You have all of these opportunities. You gave up a first pitch home run yesterday and worked your way back into it against Kevin Gausman, who was absolutely dealing.
Just nails, man.
And I just want to, before we get into anything, I just want to go back to Friday. You and I were doing this show together.
Yes,
you
sir.
were in as the producer. Same scenario that we've got today where you're doing this show and primetime. Hopefully Swag is feeling better soon. We can get back to the normal lineup. But for Friday, you and I were in the same position. You, my friend, were ready to lose your mind, and the game was not being played. We brought in a old friend of mine, a comedian who grew up in the Detroit area. Boy, they had a rough weekend. He picked Michigan.
Oh.
He picked the Lions.
Oh.
And of course, he was rooting for the Tigers. So it was as bad for Detroit as it was good for Seattle. The Huskies get a win. They're playing Rutgers, but they get a win. You get the Seahawks with a win. But can we talk about that Mariners game and just give me a feeling of what you were going through on Friday night?
Friday night was torture. But I'll just set the scene. I was in the car when they tied it, and like I started screaming so hard. I was like, okay, should I stay and watch this next inning, or should I try to drive home, watch the last couple of innings with my wife? And I decided the latter because I really wanted to be home in front of our big TV, snuggling with the wifey.
So Tarek Skubal goes 7 innings. He is virtually unhittable, except for
God.
Josh Naylor, who can we just talk about?
Oh, Randy just got hit.
Yes,
Sorry,
he did.
sorry.
You're no, listen. You're okay.
Sorry.
I thought you said you'd be present.
I'm present.
I thought you
I'm
were here for the show.
Two things can be true.
Here's what I would like you to do. If there is a moment you'd like to address in the game, you'll use the common courtesy of dropping a, and then you can say what happened. But just so our listeners know that you're excited about it. Your leadoff hitter is on base. He was beamed in his left arm.
And he also should have gotten rung up on a strike 3 call that the umpire just did not. Yeah, it was awesome.
So on Friday, you have a 2-1 lead because Kerry Carpenter hit one out. Of course he did. Not off of George Kirby, who's absolutely been killing. No, they put in Gabe Spire expressly to get out the lefty and takes a 2-run shot off of him. So then we get to the 7th inning, and they decide that they're going to go away from Tarek Skubal. And so if you'd like to go back to your story, if you're able.
I'm okay. Yeah, so that was the point where, I mean, I knew that Skubal was going to be hard, right? We all did. I don't think any of us thought that 13 freaking strikeouts, the second 13 strikeout performance, by the way, for a starting pitcher in the postseason, that's never happened before. Skubal is doing historic stuff. And
Kerry Carpenter was on base like 6 or 7 times.
I think he was 6 for 6 until like the 14th inning when they finally were able to get him out one time.
And they also walked
Yes.
along there too. So 7 times on base. So you had 2 of the most historic performances in postseason history.
Absolutely.
On the wrong side of the result, which is. Whew.
But right after they take Skubal out, man, it's like the Mariners were itching to get going because birthday boy Leo Rivas, after I think a walk and a base hit, was able, and a couple of other outs, unfortunately, was able with 2 outs to score the runner with an RBI single to left field. Just a huge, and by the way, I almost drove the car off the road. I was like, okay, dude, stop screaming. Let's go home. It's raining, and it was an exciting drive home to meet the wifey. But then it was
Dan Wilson,
6 innings of torture. Excuse
me. Dan Wilson doing the double pinch hitter and Burns Canzone.
Yeah.
I mean, what a move. You put the lefty in for Mitch Garver, who has the only RBI of the game.
And postseason experience.
Well, I understand that, but did you have on your bingo card, did you have your RBIs coming from Mitch Garver,
No.
Leo Rivas, and the game winner by Polanco was the only one that really felt realistic, right?
Hey, that's what you ask for. Everybody's contributing, right? You just need anybody to step up to the plate.
So
and
then,
they literally did.
So then, there you go. Then go back to what you have. So you use your entire pitching staff, at least your high leverage guys. You use both. You start with.
I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you.
I can see.
Sorry. For everybody that's not watching on the YouTube, I am watching the game while listening to Luke, and Luke is just continuing to watch me watch the game.
You're good. I'm keeping one on the game and speaking, and we can both do this. So now you have no outs, 2 on. Cal Raleigh walked as well.
Yeah, let's go, baby.
So beaned, walk, and they're feeling the pressure for the Blue Jays right now. So as I was saying, you go out with Kirby. Then you go to Spire. Then you go through the entire arsenal of pitchers that you use in a 15-inning outing. And for them to come back with Bryce Miller on 3 days rest, I mean, what a performance yesterday. I mean, how good was that?
I think it was the best pitching performance of his career.
It was the highest velocity on his fastball across a start that he'd ever had. So
Crazy.
Adrenaline is a real thing.
Of course.
He gave up a first pitch home run, then shut down 13 consecutive batters and gives it to the bullpen, and they just absolutely take care of business. And Cal, despite any T-shirts being worn behind him in view of all the cameras, was able to go out and do Cal things. He absolutely destroys Toronto, both at home and on the road. He has been a monster against them, and just silencing the Rogers Center's crowd where, there you go. This is why we have this. If you're watching on YouTube, you know Schultz has his microphone off. You have a 3-run home run by Julio Rodriguez to start things off. So, yes, this will be a very difficult broadcast to get through.
Take that, John Schneider. See the look on his face. Let's go, Julio. All right. My heart's pumping, baby. Wow!
There is going to be a lot of Mariners today. We're going to try to keep you abreast of what is happening in the game. We're going to try to have as much fun as we always do on this broadcast. Yesterday was fantastic. Today is off to an incredible start. Julio doing Julio things. He has been good early. He was great early in the DS. Did not finish out as strong, but was walked in some key spots. Was a big contributor to that victory. Already with a home run here today. This is as good a start as you could have hoped for. So you're going to hand the ball to Logan Gilbert if you ever get to the bottom of the first inning. So far, so good. Should we do some in case you missed it? All right, in case you missed it, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defeat the injury-riddled 49ers 30-19. Tampa Bay quarterback Baker Mayfield doing Baker Mayfield things, including a 45-yard touchdown pass to Tez Johnson, who celebrated with a flip. The crowd started chanting MVP, MVP. Tez Johnson had to admit that initially he thought the chants were for him and not his quarterback, Baker Mayfield. Any surprise that happened to a player that went to Oregon?
Oh, a shot and a half. Wow.
I think all of college football was ready with that one. I just had to do it on their behalf. You're welcome. In case you missed it, Nebraska head coach Matt Rule did not shut down speculation that he could be a candidate for the newly opened Penn State head coaching job, despite professing his love for Nebraska. Gotta love college coaches. They are griping about the transfer portal while having one foot out the door themselves. Do you think that college coaches have a conversation with the administration like husbands and wives do? Can I get a hall pass if I get a call from XYZ school? Is that a thing? No? What?
They probably do.
Happened twice to Oregon. Willie Taggart left for Florida State. You knew Mario Cristobal was leaving for Miami.
Well, that's why I'm groaning about it, because we're excited about the Vegas Bowl, baby. It's
Yeah,
one of
we
the best
are.
quotes of all time. And yeah, Dabo bitching and saying, oh, I'll just go do something else. No, you won't. You make millions of dollars a year.
Yeah.
Admit it. You know what?
Yeah.
If they were just open about it, I'd be okay with it.
Yeah. Well, you know that they never are.
No, never.
They've been doing this as long as college football has existed. In case you missed it, Penn State's opening is because James Franklin was fired after going 0-3 to start Big Ten play. The athletic director noting that Franklin's poor record in big games was a major factor, but other reports have surfaced alleging that Adidas influenced the decision. Is this the first time a shoe company has endorsed the school's administration and not their athletic teams? When I kick a football coach out on their ass, I do it wearing the Adidas Ultra Boost Executive Decision Maker 9000.
This firing brought to you by one of the biggest shoe companies in the world. Buy our stuff.
It's good.
And the next guy, if he sucks too, we'll boot him out with an Adidas shoe.
That's right. I love that. That's
great.
fantastic. And finally, in college coaching news, in case you missed it, head coach Bill Belichick called rumors that he was looking for a buyout or an early exit with North Carolina's football program were categorically false amidst a chaos of a disappointing 2-3 start. Yeah, why would he leave? It's not like he's trying hard, and you know he likes being around college-age girls. Is that... No?
It's
No?
okay. Do you think Jordan Hudson would let him within 100 feet of another co-ed? I don't think she would.
Well,
It's Jordan. It's not co-eds. It's Jordan Hudson, and Hudson's got that.
she's
guy
24 is the joke.
I get it. No, I agree with you. I'm just saying I think she pulls some I'm making another joke saying she plays some strings.
Base hit by Naylor.
Let's go, Naylor.
In case you missed it.
I was in the show with you. There you go.
That's again. So I gave you the update when you missed it. If you get something, you play one of the better sounders. We've got some decorum around here.
I'm gonna try. Okay, it's
1 out, 1 on, 3-0 lead for the Mariners as we go to the break. The Daily Buzz is next. You're listening to Happy Hour on 105.1 The Fan.
topics and trivial matters that got our attention. It's the Daily Buzz on the Fan Happy Hour.
The Buzz.
Here's your host, Luke Anderson.
The game is underway. Game 2 ALCS. Your Seattle Mariners have a 3-0 lead going into the bottom of the first. That courtesy of a Julio Rodriguez 3-run home run, led off with a beaned batter in Randy Arozarena, a walk to Cal Raleigh, and then Julio doing Julio things, hitting it deep to left field, home run. You did have Josh Naylor get a base hit with 1 out and then steal second, standing up. Dude, this guy is amazing. I was telling you in the break, all I want to do is go back in time and somehow get a microphone in the office of Dan Wilson or on the team bus or wherever it happened when Josh Naylor showed up to Seattle and goes, hey, I know I'm slow. I know I'm big, but I know I can steal bases. Nobody has let me try. And I just want to see Dan Wilson's reaction going, all right, buddy, go for it. Because he has not been caught.
Yeah.
He ended up stealing 20 bases with the Seattle Mariners in like 40 games. And his steal of third was the biggest play of that game 5. Because if you don't have that, then Mitch Garver's sac fly is just advancing a runner. It's not doing what it ended up needing to be done. That you don't get to 15 innings without that. So Josh Naylor, there's a call that I need to find for tomorrow's show because I was listening to the Riz call of that. I had it on TV, so I'm watching it and listening to it. And the Riz appreciation for Josh Naylor is magnifique. So I will try to find that for tomorrow's play-by-play back because it is amazing. The wild thing about this weekend for the Seattle Mariners is that you get Friday and you get the turnaround. I almost felt a little bad that we didn't have a show in between Friday and Sunday, and now we're getting this game live. There is not enough airtime to get your feelings out about these Seattle Mariners, but already off to a great start. Logan Gilbert on the mound. He's got a lead in the count, 1-2, but we'll see what happens with the game as it goes on. And if you hear this sound, we will give you a quick Mariners update as things go on.
The Buzz.
Not the only local team to get a win over the weekend. They have apparently renamed the city just by the spelling. It is no longer Jacksonville. It is JXOSON for Jackson Smith and Jigba. Absolutely torched the Jaguars. And is that a...
Looked foul.
Looked foul to me. We'll see.
All right. So,
I
didn't play the sounder. Damn it.
Well, it's a foul ball. You don't need to do a sounder for foul balls. We were both watching at the same time. Jackson Smith and Jigba now has 696 yards in 6 games. That is more than any Seahawks receiver ever. He would break DK Metcalf's single-season receiving record before the calendar turns to December with the pace that he's on right now. So just absolutely crushing it out there. And the thing that we talked about on Friday, you had 3, maybe 4 potential defensive players that were going to be out of the game. You ended up with 4. No, Daryl Taylor, no Reek Woolen, no Devin Witherspoon, no Julian Love. And all they do is absolutely shut down a good Jacksonville team. They sacked Trevor Lawrence 7 times, pressured him 17 times. I still can't figure out if this is a mirage or if the Seahawks team is real. But right now they sit atop the AFC West, tied at 4-2 with the Rams. The Niners, who lost Fred Warner over the weekend to a broken and dislocated ankle. Ouch.
Ooh, that was ugly.
Yeah, super. Well, and this is a team that, man, they just cannot figure it out. But he is out for the season. Nick Bosa already out for the season. We're missing more and more games with Brock Purdy every day. So not great for them.
It's a division full of injuries, brother.
Well, the entire team is just beat up. The Rams look good. They're 4-2 as well. Ooh.
Oh, dang it. That was not good. Yeah, so George Springer hit a double, by the way, and it looks like a bad toss to first just allowed him to score on what was going to be like an infield single. Runner to second, no outs. That's not good.
Well, thank you for the update.
The Buzz.
Tough one for the Ducks over the weekend. Indiana comes in, gets their first ever road victory over a top 5 team, one of the few major college programs to never have achieved such a feat. But they go in and down the Duckies 30-20. And boy, the offense for the Oregon Ducks did not seem to have it. They needed a pick 6 even to keep it as close as it was. At the end, the defensive line could not come up with a stop in the running game for the Hoosiers at the end of the game when they needed to get the ball back with as much clock as they could. They do get it back with just over 2 minutes, so just outside of the 2-minute timeout. First play from scrimmage, Dante Moore throws a really bad pick. I know that there was some pressure on him, but it was just no awareness of where the linebackers were, and it was really bad. So they lose, but I don't know how you're feeling about it. I know that you're very much into the Mariners game right now, but everything that the Ducks want to accomplish is still ahead of them. This is not the end-all, be-all. Just like the Penn State win wasn't the greatest win in program history, this isn't the worst loss in program history. Because of the way that the format is set up, you still have an opportunity to go out and win the rest of your Big Ten schedule. You have a potential to get into the Big Ten title game, or, like Ohio State did last year, take the side door into the playoffs because you had Penn State and Oregon playing for the championship, and you were lucky enough to have lost 2 games, so you just coasted right in. You skipped a game, you got the rest, you get to host a playoff game and then take it from there. So was it great? No, but you have a team that maybe had a little more ego than they needed to, didn't give Indiana the proper credit, and now you have an opportunity to get better. For the first time in ever, college football is set up in a way that you can be rewarded for being the best team at the end of the year, not the best team all year. So plenty of opportunities moving forward. Nothing, at least in my mind, to worry about.
Yeah, quickly, I'm not very concerned overall about their season. I do have a couple of concerns about how this team reacts off of time off, because I made the point on Saturday, coming off of that long break to the college football playoff of 25 days, they looked awful against Ohio State. Now, coming off this bye week in a big game against Indiana, they didn't look prepared. Their players almost look listless. And so I have that question, and I do wonder about Dan Lanning and coaching staff's ability to get guys up for big games. I'm not totally sold that that's a huge problem yet.
Yeah.
I'm starting to ask the question, though.
Well, the good news is with that loss, I don't think Penn State will be calling Dan Lanning, so that's a positive.
I think they still would, actually. I mean, here you go. Matt Rule or Dan Lanning, which would you rather have?
Oh, if you're Penn State, I think you'd much rather have Dan Lanning. But isn't that the funny thing is the big game performances, because it took him a couple tries to beat the rival in UW. Yeah. It took a couple seasons to go figure out how to just keep improving, but they have gotten better. And here's the other thing about Dan Lanning. This is still his first coaching opportunity as a head coach.
Only his 4th season.
You're going to get better as you go. He really seems to absolutely love Eugene. And if he can fill in the gaps, because a lot of things are working in his favor, the few things that are not, I feel like he's not going to be content with that.
We can do that right now.
Do that right now?
It is the 30th anniversary of this. We can do that right now.
Can I do that right
now?
now?
It is the 30th. I'll just clear you out. There you go.
All right, the buzz. Couple other things around the state. One, Oregon State fires Trent Bray after an 0-7 start. Is there a way that you can get eyes on the booster meetings post-college football games? Is this something where they meet in a deep, dark cave and wear robes like the Illuminati? Is it something where everybody gets on a text chat or they get on a Zoom call with all of it and just go, all right, the buyout's $2 million. Just let's bite the bullet. I know if we wait till December, I feel like that's been the conversation. Now, the other one is Penn State firing James Franklin, $50 million buyout. That one they have to have chanting and a sacrifice of some kind, don't they? Anytime they gather together and go, all right, let's figure it out. And then Adidas comes in just dressed like a giant soccer ball and just goes, it's time for them to go. I have spoken.
Well, it sounds like
all moves away.
Sounds like those board members or trustees have been bringing goats to sacrifice to every meeting. No, Franklin will win the big game.
Yeah, well.
And Adidas finally stepped in and stop this insanity.
Dude, that is the wildest stretch of football. You lose an overtime game to what we thought was a very good Oregon team.
Yeah.
Then you have a loss to UCLA, who was awful, had already fired their coach, did not lead a second of football until they played Penn State.
OC didn't even know how to work the damn headset.
And then you lose to Northwestern, not just at home. Do you realize that was Penn State's homecoming game?
Oh, I did not know that.
Do you know how they determine their homecoming game?
Actually, I am very curious.
Well, I mean, this is the assumption.
Dang it.
But don't you just look at your schedule and go, that's a win.
Yeah.
That's a win.
Yeah, it's an easy kind of a, Mariners now down, up 3-2, though, only an RBI single, scoring a runner on third with 2 outs.
Well, game one looked a lot like the Mariners-Tigers series, and you had a Mariners victory. This one's starting to look a little bit more like the Blue Jays and Yankees series. So we'll see if they can go bat for bat with a team that can definitely hit the ball. So you've still got the lead. Nothing to panic about. You just go up there and just keep getting quality at bats. We'll see what happens. Jordan, we're going to be okay. Take a deep breath.
Okay, buddy. Okay.
Take a deep breath.
All right.
And let's walk over to the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk and see what we missed.
Yeah, this update is brought to you by Langdon Farms Golf Club. Good or bad weather, the course is always the driest around. Download the Langdon Farms app today to get all the latest news and specials. Lots of NFL news today. I mean, lots of sports news in general. So this actually would be a bigger headline on a normal day. But around the NFL, Titans firing head coach Brian Callahan after a 1-5 start to the season. Team is not yet named an interim head coach.
I can't imagine what the expectation was. So this just has to be a matter of personalities not clashing. But this is 2 firings that Tennessee has done that have surprised me.
Yeah.
I don't know a ton about Brian Callahan, but I know that they had the number 1 overall pick. They're starting the first overall pick as their quarterback. I don't know what you expected. Isn't that usually the pattern? You get a quarterback, and then next year you get a high pick and take a left tackle or offensive line help?
That's usually how it works.
But their firing of Vrabel, they admitted, was because he intimidated people around the building. I don't know much about the administration, the higher-ups in Tennessee, but they keep making me scratch my head. That can't be a good sign if you're a Titans fan.
Well, you went from one extreme to the other, right? Like, because it sounds like Vrabel was too intimidating, and Callahan did not gel with people because he couldn't get his message across. I've been reading that just there are many personality issues in Tennessee, so it doesn't sound like it's just the people that they're bringing in. It sounds like it's the people within the organization there already, too.
How far does the pendulum swing for the next hire, and you end up with somebody who's, in the opposite direction the other way? So we'll see what ends up happening with Tennessee. But I guess it gives us a reason to talk about the Tennessee Titans.
Well, and how much time now do you get with the number 1 overall pick as your quarterback? They gave Callahan an excuse for last season because of Will Levis, but man, 6 games in, Cam Ward, they're like, no, we're done.
This is quite the pattern, too. I mean, how fun is it to be the first overall pick when you just know your coach is getting fired? It just happened in Chicago. It now happens in Tennessee. It seems like coaching consistency would be helpful for a young player. What do I know?
You would think. Ask Joe Harrington. All right, I'll tell Rob to ask him this Friday. All right, more sports scores and stories in 60 minutes. I'm Schulte from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Heard missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home for Seahawks football. The Fan Sports Network. 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
you have any worries going into Autzen tomorrow?
I mean, a few, small ones, but as far as Oregon's offense v. Indiana's offense, I don't think there's a comparison. Sure, there's some NFL talent at the wide receiver position for Indiana, but I would go with Oregon's guys over theirs any day of the week. The quarterback position, for me, is the only one that's kind of comparable right now because Mendoza's been really good, looking at possible number 1 overall pick status depending on how Dante Moore plays. This is possibly a matchup of two of the nation's top quarterbacks. I think it's going to be interesting to see these offensive coordinators go at each other.
Are you calling for a Heisman moment?
I think that will be something that Dante Moore could set up this Saturday. Yes, sir.
I'll go find it. Sorry, Luke.
No, you're fine. That was you, actually.
That was me. It's should I ask the question or should you on that one?
Well, I can ask you the question. Do you feel like I bullied you into trying to pick a Heisman moment for Dante Moore, therefore jinxing the Oregon Ducks?
No, I don't think you bullied me. I do think that I was a little high on Oregon coming in, and maybe I have a reason to eat some crow on that. But frankly, at this point, I'll trade a Ducks loss for a Mariners win any day of the week, baby. So
yeah,
that's where I'm at on that one.
I hear you there, my friend. Listen, college football, weird things happen, so no big deal.
You are facing Liam Cohen, the offensive coordinator from Tampa Bay last year, who's bringing a lot of the principles that just beat you in an absolute shootout. 3 guys that have been missing a ton of time, still going to be out, most of them in your secondary, some in your pass rush. So could be a tough one.
Luke, that is you Thursday predicting a shootout in the Seahawks game against the Jaguars. Could you apologize for the second occurrence of doubting one of the Seattle teams that you claim to be a fan of? Very, very, very fanatic-like fan of, I must say.
Hey, I do not know what to make of this Seahawks team. They go out against Tampa Bay, and their defense doesn't do hardly anything to stop Baker Mayfield. Maybe I underestimated Baker Mayfield, and then you have the Jaguars who go out and get a big win against the Chiefs. Maybe I overestimated them, but the Seahawks defensive front looked absolutely menacing yesterday. And that is a really good sign moving forward because you should get Reek Woolen, who has not played well this year, Devin Witherspoon, who has not played hardly at all this year, and Julian Love, who has barely played this year as well. You get all of those guys back, add them to a front that pressured Trevor Lawrence 17 times. They could be really scary, and you might have one of the best receivers you've ever had. I saw the headline from Pittsburgh this morning that said, Steelers need more help at wide receiver. Who did they add to their team last year? Was that DK Metcalf? And they decided to go with JSN over DK, and it seems to be the best decision they could have made.
Who's got the big advantage going to this? Who's going to win? Who's going to watch? This guy. 2 thumbs right back here.
Well, you watched, I watched, and I'm sure all of America watched. Luke, we saw an all-time great game between the Mariners and Tigers on Friday night. The longest elimination game in a division series by inning. Just absolutely crazy. Your preview from Thursday was just a couple mumbled I don't knows. Can you just turn in your sports radio membership card now? Like, brother, you've got to give it analysis. You've got to put something out there, not just sit on the fence.
You know what? Shut up. The idea that you have to give some hot take and pick a side, that series going 2 extra inning games, the run differential I think was -1 for the Seattle Mariners, and they win in an all-time game. That is my favorite thing about the live theater that is sports. You have no idea what's going to happen. Yeah. You got 3 runs in the top of the first inning here, and you thought the Mariners were going to win 17-0. What happened in the bottom of the inning? The Blue Jays add 2, and now you're nervous again. It's a way it should be. It's a roller coaster. Again, 2 of the best performances in Game 5 against Detroit were on the wrong side of victory. Tarek Skubal and Kerry Carpenter were unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
And your contributions, RBI from Mitch Garver, Leo Rivas, to tie up the game. Nobody had those two guys being the biggest plays before the final frame. And you had 2 extra innings double plays by the Tigers to end it all when you know the Mariners are gonna score. It was great. It was absolute great theater. If you went back and replayed that game 10 times, God knows how many innings you would see. It was great.
Your suggestion is that Indiana will be completely stymied by the defense of Oregon. You're probably right. All I was trying to do was make Indiana sound good. All of my stats were for Indiana to be awesome in this game.
Yeah, Luke, that was you trying to find a reason that the Hoosiers would upset the mighty Oregon Ducks, and I guess your plan worked a little too well. Should you adjust your strategy moving forward because of that, sir?
You just asked me to pick a side and do a breakdown of the Mariners game, and now you're telling me that I can't play devil's advocate and go, this is why the other team should win? No, that was one of those games where I think everybody was looking at it going, Oregon's got this, and there wasn't as much fanfare, but looking at the numbers, it sure showed me that Indiana looked good. So we did a little Thursday devil advocate, and Mr. Rust wasn't buying it. Probably should have been.
Quick Mariners update. It looks like Ernie Clement singled on a really, really good pitch by Gilbert. He just kind of reached out and got it. And a ground ball to first has 1 out with a runner now in scoring position for the number 9 hitter Jimenez for the Blue Jays. I just wanted to update you on that.
Thank you. I think we should close
Jordan
it out with
is
one
going
of
to
those
go
two.
ahead and try to pull up his pick'em right now. Rust, are you ready to play some pick'em?
Yeah, sure. I'll be filling these out as we go.
And I'm going to try to submit mine when we're done. We'll see how that goes.
Submit.
Yeah, well, the thing... whatever. I don't need to make fun of how I set up my own pick'em.
All right, Luke, that's you kicking off the Take Your Pick segment Thursday at 2:30, which I came in for. Appreciate you having me. I must say, I do not remember the context here, though. Explain yourself, sir.
Well, this is pretty simple. 2 weeks ago, Jeff Rust did his picks live on air, did not hit the submit button, so we did not have his results for the thing. Pretty dumb by Jeff Rust. Last week, I made the same mistake, so I couldn't make fun of him. You know who forgot to hit submit last Thursday?
Probably me.
You!
There we go. And I was literally on my phone trying to pick them.
It's super simple,
No
but
kidding.
we're all idiots. So just proving once again that we're all dumb. And you know what? We need more adult supervision here. But hey, at least they keep inviting us back. We've got the Seattle Mariners with a 3-2 lead, runner on third, 2 outs. And we need to get ready for one more for the road. We do it next on 105.1 and the Fan Sports Network.
The Oregon
Thanks, hot shot.
Welcome back to the Fan Happy Hour. We're about to wrap things up.
Maybe you guys like what I have so far?
Wicked woman, cool creams and misters. You got a cool spell on me.
Let's grab one more for the road.
Come on, everybody. Everything's smooth.
Here's Luke Anderson.
Relax, bud. Everything's smooth.
Not quite. Yeah, it's a tie game now. Nathan Luke's RBI single after what should have been 2 strike 3 pitches from Logan Gilbert to George Springer before him. Damn it.
I just wish you had some passion about it, my friend. Can you do me a favor and see if there's anything on the text toy or the YouTube chats that we need to address before we hit the road?
Yeah, actually, all Mariners fans. First, Trinidad Soul says, Heaven on Earth live on Fox. That was right after the Julio Rodriguez 3-run bomb to get the Mariners going, 3-0 lead before the Blue Jays came up to bat.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. Also, Eric says, can we leave the YouTube on and no sound like seeing Schultz's reaction since I'm at work? Laugh out loud.
Well, here's the good news for everybody that's listening to this program. It will continue. It's just you and Rob. Is that correct?
I guess so. Yeah, I think Suk is in Portugal.
So you will get your fill of, and you, unless it goes 17 or 18 innings, you will get the finale of this in the next 4 hours when primetime jumps on the airwaves. So, Schultze, buckle up, buddy, because you are going to be fan reaction for the masses on YouTube all day. So just keep it on 105.1 The Fan on YouTube, and you can watch the reaction. And if you want it with no sound, just shut off the sound.
I just took some Advil, so I'm preparing for a very long evening.
All right, my friend. Anything else we need to get to here?
I think those are the best ones that I saw.
All
I'm
right.
just frankly excited about. Hey, man, this is a good sports time of year. 2 games tonight, Monday Night Football.
What?
We've got-
Jay. Okay. Now go. It's a great sports night. This is the one for the road,
Thank you.
my
Well,
friend.
This is the run for the road. Okay.
Yeah. You take it over if you want to,
No,
or I can do it. It's up to you.
I'd rather watch the game, frankly, sir. So why don't you?
Oh, so sandwiched between 2 kickoffs tonight, you will have game 1 of the NLCS. Brewers hosting the Dodgers. The Brewers with the home field advantage have been very good at home. The Dodgers have not been a great road team all year. Obviously, returning to the World Series is always the goal in Los Angeles. But you're going to have the first meeting between those teams. I assume everybody's rooting for the Brewers and getting the old Seattle Pilots versus Seattle Mariners in the World Series. But I don't think there's any reason to suspect that these are going to go by quickly. These series, I think, have been good. The Brewers have been the most consistent team this year for sure. And I think it'll be really fun to watch. That division wasn't easy either. So they kind of had to fight through some fire to get to where they are right now. So we'll see what they do against the Dodgers. And the Brewers have been good for years. Just have not been able to finish the season. So who knows what will happen this year, but it should be a fun one to watch. And then, of course, you've got 2 Monday Night Football games. The early 4:15 kick will be the Bills at Falcons. The Bills trying to dust off after losing a division game. Josh Allen, your defending MVP, is going to be out there and trying to do damage. I'm getting caught up in watching the game as well. We've got Vlad.
Vlad's up with the
Vlad's
bases
up,
stacked.
full count, 2 outs, runners on the corners right now. So we're keeping a close eye on that, and we'll see what Logan Gilbert
You can't even
can
get
do
it out,
here.
dude.
I
You're
cannot.
as bad as I am. It's
But
okay.
but you have a base free, so you don't have to challenge him in the middle of the zone here. This is a dangerous situation. We get the pitch and fouls it up.
He can foul off like 6 more.
The
I'm not
second game tonight will decide the take your pick winner. I have a chance, should the Bears win, to get into the points battle. But most everybody taking the Washington Commanders at home and seeing what Jaden Daniels can do against his fellow second-year quarterback, Caleb Williams. We are payoff pitch, another foul.
Told you.
Yep.
No, he's battling.
Well, that's what he does. He gets bat to ball just like his old man did, and he has that big swing where it looks like he's just swinging for contact, but any little swing like that can hit the ball out of the ballpark, so it puts on plenty of pressure for you. So what can we expect from you for the rest of the day? How's your energy level through these games? Because you got a reprieve the other night.
Yeah.
You left the airwaves. So tell me what the roller coaster is going to be like for you for the next couple of hours while this game is on.
Well, I was
At what point does Rob completely lose you?
I mean, Isaac Everett was actually in here 20 minutes ago, and I was telling him, coming in today, I had that kind of feeling of house money, like him and I were talking about, that the Mariners in 22 compared to this year, because it different feel, because they just didn't really have that World Series, level elite lineup. And I feel like this team can do that. So I feel that pressure, but at the same time, after stealing a game one, I don't even want to throw out there that, it's okay. No, it's not okay if they lose, but I can understand that there is an up day in baseball, and right after, sometimes, especially after a short trip like we were talking about at the beginning of the show, there is a down day, and you just can't always have your best stuff. And Gilbert today does not have his best stuff. It's
ground ball up the middle, fielded easily by Jorge Polanco, soft toss over to first, and they are out of the third inning. Or second inning.
Yeah, it feels like it's the third inning.
Doesn't
dude.
it already feel like the third inning? But there's been a lot going on already. So, it should be a fun sports night. We'll get the play-by-play of all things happening. I mean, really, the best place to be is right here on the Fan, because you can't watch all 4 games at the same time. If this game extends into the 5 o'clock hour and you've got 2 baseball games, 2 football games, good luck. They're not back-to-back football games. They're simultaneous. It's going to be a wild one. Ooh. Well, thanks again, Mr. Schultz, for joining me. Hopefully Swag is back tomorrow. We can get back to some sort of regular lineup. If not, I believe tomorrow is Rust doing the happy hour.
That's Wednesday, actually.
That's Wednesday.
No, Rust, his appointment days are all screwed up. We're just trying to deal with
We'll
technology.
get to it. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you, Mr. Schultz, and thank you, Isaac Rupp. We are all done for now. Bye-bye.
For life is quite absurd.